Hi guys. Coming back to the class, online video class. Today our topic is meiosis and cell cycle. Okay. First, let us talk about meiosis, and at the end we will talk about the cell cell cycle. Excuse me. Okay. So last time we talked about mitosis. Mitosis, cell division, a mitosis, and mitosis. Today we will talk about meiosis. So let's start. Is also known as reductional cell division. So it is also known as reductional cell division. Why it is known as reductional cell division? We will talk about that later. It is the type of cell division in which the mother cell, not chromosome. It is not chromosome. I'm sorry. It is not chromosome, but it is cell. Okay, so it is the type of cell division in which the mother cell divides into four daughter cells with a chromosome number half to that of the parent or mother cell. It occurs only in reproductive cell during the formation of gametes. So meiosis, what type of cell division it is? It is a type of cell division in which mother cell divides into four daughter cells. How many daughter cells? Four daughter cells. Point to remember in this case. So we know mitosis and amitosis produced only two daughter cells, but in this case mother cell is producing how many daughter cells? Four daughter cells. And with how many chromosomes? With the chromosome number half to that of the parent or mother cell. Half. Okay, so that means if the chromosome number of mother cell is 46, then the daughter cell will consist only 23 chromosomes. Okay, so that is why, since the chromosome number is half, or it is reduced to half to that of the mother cell, that is why meiosis is also known as reductional cell division. Okay, so now going on to the detail about meiosis. Meiosis occurs in two stages. One, reduction or separation phase. Number two, second, meiotic division. Okay, this is in case of both the Madhyamik board and ICSE board. So our meiosis occurs in two stages: reduction or separation phase, and number two, second, meiotic division. Okay, so what is reduction or separation phase? Number A, reduction or separation phase. In A, pairing and separation. In this phase, the homologous chromosome containing contrasting character come close to each other and pair up with one another. So this is pairing. Okay. So in order to remove the confusion, I am cutting down the separation in here. Okay. So pairing. What is pairing? Pairing, in this phase, the homologous chromosome containing contrasting characters means, so there are many questions. Number one, what is homologous chromosome? So you need to write down the answer. What is homologous chromosome? First question for the day is, what is homologous chromosome? Containing contrasting characters. Contrasting characters means those characters which are contrasting to each other. For example, if your mother has curly hair and if your father has straight hair, that means that is the contrasting character. The contrasting character of curly hair is a straight hair. Similarly, if the complexion of your father is dark and if the complexion of your mother is fair, then the contrasting character of your mother color is dark of that of your father. So the contrasting character means the opposite characters. Okay, contrasting characters means opposite characters, or you can say not particularly opposite, but side by side character. Okay, related to one another. Chromosome containing contrasting characters come close to each other and pair off with one another. So chromosome which has the contrasting characters, they come close to each other and they pair up. You can see in this case, these are two homologous chromosomes. I have marked it one with black and another with white, so that it can be separated easily. Okay, so you can understand easily. That is why I have painted it black, another one with white. Okay, so while they pair up, they exchange their genetic material. In this case, they are coming close to each other and they pair up. You can see in here, they have paired up with one another. And in this case, how many chromosomes are there? They have formed the tetras: 1, 2, 3, and 4. The four chromosomes are attached with one another, so it has formed tetrads also. So while they pair up, they exchange their genetic material and again get separated. You can see they pair up. Okay, their arms are touching each other or crossing over each other. So after this phase, what happens is that the two chromosomes again get separated. But in this phase, you can see this chromosome bears some character of this black chromosome, and black chromosome bears some character of this white chromosome. In this case, you can see it clearly. So this phase is known as pairing phase, in which the two homologous chromosomes come close to each other. And the next one is crossing over, where the two arms of the homologous chromosome cross over one another and exchange their genetic material, and again they get separated to individual chromosomes. But in this case, they have already exchanged their genetic material. Okay. Now, next one is crossing over. So what is crossing over? When the two homologous chromosomes pairs up, that is pairing, they cross over with one another arms, and exchange their genetic material. This process is known as crossing over. You can clearly see that this and this are homologous chromosomes. I have painted it black, another one with white, so that you can understand. They are crossing over with one another. They have crossed over their arms with one another, and after that they have exchanged their genetic material. One, the fully white, which carries some part of some genetic material of the black one, and the black one carries some genetic material of the white one. So they have already exchanged their genetic material. Okay. Now, separation. After the crossing over takes place, the cell divides and form two new daughter cells with new exchange genetic material. So this is cells. Sorry. So after the crossing over takes place, the cell divides and form two new daughter cells with new exchange genetic material. So after this crossing over, again the cell division starts. And you can see there is a separation. The separation is clear. One cell contains this chromosome, and another cell contains another chromosome. With the chromosome, they have exchanged their genetic material. So new daughter cells with exchange genetic material. These are new daughter cells with exchange genetic material from both the parents. Okay. Now next one, moving on to the second stage. Okay, I have told you that there are two stages of meiosis. One is first stage, we have already studied, that is pairing and separation. Number two is second stage. In this stage of meiotic cell division, the two new daughter cells formed as a result of first stage undergo mitotic cell division. Now, in this stage, second stage, in second stage of meiosis, what happens is that the two new daughter cells formed as a result of first stage means as a result of pairing and separation, that cells undergo mitotic cell division. Okay. So what happens in mitotic cell division? The chromatids of each chromosome get separated and get surrounded by nuclear membrane, forming two new individual cells from each cell, thus producing four daughter cells at the end. Now this will be clear by what? By the diagram. You can see there are two new daughter cells formed by the process of pairing and separation in first stage of meiosis. Okay. Now what happens is that again the chromosome, they get divided into chromatids and they move towards the pole. I have not made the pole in here so that it does not become complex for you. So simply I have made the two chromatids. Okay, two sister chromatid. In this case also, this chromosome divides into two sister chromatids. So as a result, what happens is that now this contains only, this is a single chromosome. This is a single chromatid with no exchange genetic material. It has exchanged its genetic material with the black chromosome. It is also the hybrid, you can say hybrid, and this is pure form. Now afterward, what happens is that these two cells, they go under mitotic cell division and thus form four new daughter cells. You can see there are four new daughter cells, 1 2 3 4, each with individual characteristic. They bear, all of the four cells, they bear different characteristic. Okay. You can see it through the chromosome or chromatins. Now this cell is not haploid. This cell is not diploid. Diploid means this type. So this cell is not diploid, but it is haploid in nature. So it is this one is written as 2n. 2n means diploid, but this cell, all of these cells are n, only n, that is haploid. N means haploid, that means with the half number of chromosomes, with the half number of chromosomes. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, so I have the habit of asking, is it clear, anyone in the everyone in the class? So okay, so this was in our first part. Next part. So significance of cell division, significance of meiotic cell division. We have already studied about meiotic cell division, how does it occur and what are the resultant daughter cells. Now we will talk about the significance or the importance of meiotic cell division. Number one, chromosome number is halved. I have already told you that chromosome number is decreased by half than that of the parent cell in the daughter cell. So that means if the mother cell contains, if the mother cell contains diploid number of chromosome 2n, then the daughter cell will contain only n number of chromosome, that is haploid. Okay, so this is one of the significance. Now why haploid? Let us understand why haploid number of chromosomes. Why haploid number of chromosomes? Okay, so I have already told you that the meiotic cell division occurs in reproductive cells. It occurs in reproductive cells. So reproductive cells, in case of, if we talk about humans, then reproductive cell is, in case of male it is sperm. In case of male it is sperm, and in case of female it is ovum or egg. Okay, in case of male it is sperm, and in case of female it is ovum or egg. For example, we know human chromosomes, the number of chromosomes in human, the diploid number of chromosomes in human is how many? 46. So diploid number of chromosome in human is how many? 46. Sorry, diploid number of chromosome in human is how many? 46. For some time, let us see what happens if reproductive cells are also formed by the process of mitosis. That means sperm cell will also contain 46 chromosomes, as well as the egg or the ovum will also contain 46 chromosomes. But when the sperm and egg, they fuse together in the process of fertilization, which we will learn in the which we will learn in the chapter reproduction. So when the sperm cell and egg fertilize to form a zygote, when they undergo fertilization to form a zygote, that means their chromosome number also gets add up, and the cell will contain 46 plus 46 equals to 92 chromosomes. 92 chromosomes. But we know the diploid number of chromosome is only how many? For human is only 46. So how come the chromosome number can be maintained by if the reproductive cell is also formed by the process of mitosis, which is also known as equilateral cell division, because the number of chromosomes is maintained from mother cell to the daughter cell. But in case of reproductive cells, if the mitotic cell division occurs, then the chromosome number will remain same. As a result, when the sperm cell and egg fuse, they form a zygote, and the zygote will contain how many chromosomes? 92 chromosomes, which means the human are no longer remains human. Because how we call humans or homo sapiens? Because all the homo sapiens contains how many? 46 chromosome along with other characters. Okay, so different species contain different number of chromosomes, and human they contain 46 chromosomes. But if the sperm cell and egg are produced by mitotic cell division, then the number of chromosome in the zygote increases up to 92 chromosomes. So if 92 chromosomes, if a baby contain 92 chromosomes in his or her cell, then he or she can no longer be termed as human, but he or she can be termed as superhuman or meta-human or whatever you can call it. But in order to stop this, the increase of chromosomes, what happens is that in reproductive cells, meiotic cell division occurs. Meiotic cell division occurs, in which the chromosome number is decreased to half. So that means if the human 2n number of chromosomes in human is, that is diploid number of chromosomes in human is 46, then what happens is that when the reproductive cell is formed, that is egg, it contains only half of the number of chromosomes, and that means 43 divided by 2 will be 23, and egg will also contain this 23 number of chromosomes. Why? They are going through the process of meiotic cell division. Egg and sperm, they are reproductive cell, and reproductive cell divides by the process of meiosis. So that means that the number of chromosome will decrease to half. Okay, so sperm equals to 23 and egg equals to 23. What happens? So when they fuse with one another during the process of fertilization to form a zygote, they the number of chromosome gets added, and ultimately the number of chromosome will be how many? 46. So the number of chromosomes in the mother as well as their offspring is maintained. So in order to maintain the number of chromosome in the continuance of generation, meiotic cell division occurs in the reproductive cells. So that is the reason why reproductive cells always divides by meiosis. Reproductive cells always divide by the help of meiotic cell division or meiosis. So that was the explanation of the first significance of significance of meiotic cell division. Number 2, genes from both the parents get mixed. Now for this we need to come to the particular process, that is second part of the first stage of meiosis, that is crossing over. In this case you can see the parent, this one is in case you can say this one is mother and this one is father, and in this case what happens in the crossing over takes place, and the exchange of genetic material from both the parents take place. Okay, so what happens is that the offspring which is born after as a result of mating. Okay, the individual can have the character of their father as well as their mother, or mixed character of both the father and mother, or one may be dominant in one case and another one may be dominant in another case. You have been heard that you look more like your father, so that means the facial or the morphological gene is dominant over the morphological gene of your father is dominant over the morphological gene of your mother in case of you. Okay, similarly, so you have heard that some of you have eyes like your mother. So that means in case of crossing over or in case of formation of gamete, what happened is that your the gene of mother eye dominated the gene of your father eye in case of you. So that is the reason why the gene or the character of your mother's eye came into you, but the character of your father's eye become recessive. Okay, so that was the significance of significance of meiotic cell division. One is chromosome number is half to that of the mother cell, and the next one is genes from both the parents get mixed. Okay, so I have got some question for you. Just a moment. Yeah, yes. So today's question, I have already asked one or two question in between the videos. Now the remaining question are, where does the chiasmata or the chiasmata formation takes place in meiosis? So there is a particular phase where the chiasmata formation takes place. So you need to label it where and in what phase or after which phase the chiasmata formation takes place, and you also need to write down what is chiasmata. So number two question is, what is chiasmata? And number three is, why meiosis occurs only in reproductive cells or germ cells but not in body cells? So I have already explained, you just need to write the answer. Number four, why the character in offspring, that is son or daughter, varies than their individual parents? So we know we cannot be completely like our father, or we cannot be completely like our mother. So some of the character comes from father and some of the character comes from mother. So why, you need to write down why the character in offspring varies than their individual parents. So this much for today. Since the time does not permit, we will do cell cycle and the remaining portion in our next class. Thank you so much.